Hello everyone, welcome to our learning series of how to use Unreal Engine for architectural visualization. In this video, we're gonna answer another request, is how to teleport with a mouse inside your project. So basically, the idea is, the question is, can we teleport inside our scene here using the mouse clicks like we are doing inside the VR? So let's see how we're gonna do this. The first thing we're gonna do is duplicate a character bone that we are using inside our scene. And let's name this, for example, teleport character. Okay, let's drag this one here, and then let's get the player controller, and let's get hit results under cursor by channel, because we gonna set up a reference that's gonna move with the cursor to define which area we wanna move to. So let's break the hit result. So we can use the location for this one to get set world location and rotation. Okay, so from this one we're gonna get also a target. And this target is going to be the reference that we're going to use to identify the area. So let's bring a decal. And let's set up a basic material for this one. Let's use something very visible like the green material here. And let's compile and bring it to the target. So this is our cursor reference that we're going to use to identify the area that we want to move to. Okay, so the next thing we're going to do is, from the impact normal, we're going to make rotation from axis, and we're going to connect this to the new rotation. Okay, so now we're going to get the event tick, as this is what we're gonna have once the game or the presentation will start. So we're gonna connect this to the set world location and rotation, and let's tick the teleport option, compile. Let's drag the character over here, for example. As we can see, the decal scale need to be less than it is right now. So let's bring the scale down to 25, maybe this on the z-axis. Let's see how it's gonna look now. So if we hit play, we're gonna see that you can see a reference is moving with this mouse. So maybe we can minimize the scale a little bit from this area. And okay, so now that we have set up the cursor movements, or the reference target that's moving with the cursor to define the area that we're gonna move to, the next thing we're gonna do is to set up how we can move to that location. And to do that, we're gonna create a function, and let's call this function move to location. And let's add an input for this one and call it, for example, the hit, as this is the one we gonna use to identify the location we're gonna move to. And from this hit, we're gonna break a hit results, and we're gonna get also the location from this one, and to simple move to location. So we want to connect to that node, the simple move to location, our character original location and the location that we're gonna move to. So let's first get our player controller, and then get the actor location. So now we have our character controller and the location, and we're gonna get from this location a minus float so we can detect the location value. So I'm gonna connect this here, for example, and let's get a vector length, and how we gonna the length of this vector. Okay, and then we're gonna create also a variable that's gonna called let's say for example the click distance, and let's make this as a float and compile. Let's give a result, for example, like 50, and then get from the vector length a value which is larger or equal to a float, and we're gonna get from this the variable that is the click distance. Then we're gonna get a branch from this one. Sorry. And this is where we're gonna connect our branch to the move to head location. So if this is true, we're gonna basically move to the location. The most important part is that we need our controller here, and it's basically the get player controller. Okay, so now we have our function which is move to location. Let's build this inside the event graph. So inside the event graph, the first thing we need to create is the function that will enable us to teleport. So we'll go to the project settings, and inside our input we will add another action mapping. Let's call this, for example, teleport with mouse, and let's get, for example, the right mouse button, and then get to the event graph where we're gonna call this function that we have created, teleport with mouse. Okay, so basically when we press and release, we should have a node that will enable us to identify first the area that we want to move to. So because we need also the event tech, I'm gonna create a sequence. So the first one will be the location, and the next one we're gonna call a node called gate, because this is actually a nice node that will enable the press and release of the mouse to get the function. And from the gate node we're gonna call our function which is move to location. So this is we should find the function that we created, move to location. Okay, so for the head we're gonna get the head result under cursor by channel, which is the same one that we have actually called in the location, and finally we're gonna get our player controller, and that's it. Basically we have our teleportation with the mouse is ready. So the final thing we're gonna do is we're gonna call a navigation mesh, which we're gonna use actually to help us teleport through our project C. I'm gonna scale this up, let's say for example 100 by 100, and if you press the P key you should see the navigation mesh. So if we start the play button, as you can see, with right click we can teleport according to the location we need. Of course you can increase the speed of your teleportation from the nodes that we have created earlier. So this is basically the idea of how to teleport with the mouse. Hope you guys like this video. If you have any question, please share it in the comments below.